Today, surprise, Aislin is starting the Jaws of Hakon storyline. We are pivoting a bit, but I think it just makes sense that she would do it now because recently she's been going through a lot.
You're concerned.
The consequences of drinking from that well. Never mind.
Well, that is exactly why. Ash is kind of reeling right now. She just learned some terrible history about her Aislin and the elven gods. After drinking from the well, she's now a servant of one of them. And with the final battle looming closer, people have a lot of expectations, are putting a lot of pressure on her. So I imagine she's feeling the weight of that pretty strongly. So when she gets a letter from a professor from the University of Orlais asking for her help on his expedition to uncover information about the first Inquisitor, she's of course going to jump at the chance to do a little self-discovery. She might also find some helpful gear and maybe some allies to aid in the current Inquisition's battles, so win-win. I'd also be lying if I said that she isn't hurt and confused after what happened with Soulless. So while a part of her would probably love to escape for a little while, she's actually going to take him along because she does still love him and wants to spend time with him, even if she's also so mad at him that she wants to scream in his face. So off we go to the Frostback Basin. Harding says to be ready for hostile wildlife and angry Avvar, which is supposed to be a warning, but Ash is upset, ready to pick some fights, so sounds like a party. Of course, we'll bring Bestie Dorian and also Cole, who might be able to shed some light on what's going on with Soulless. There's also some great dialogue between those two I'm hoping to get.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Allow me to introduce Professor Bram Kenrick. He's the reason we're out here.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Worship.
Professor Kenrick teaches at the University of Orlais.
I came on an exchange program from Starkhaven. While in Val Royeaux, I've found something incredible. After 800 years, we may be able to determine the final resting place of the last Inquisitor.
The texts say that Inquisitor Emeridin was a dragon hunter who vanished on his last expedition.
Yes, precisely. I see you've read Lautrec's Precursors to the Chantry. Inquisitor Emeridin stepped down shortly before the Nevarran Accord brought the Seekers of Truth into the Chantry. He hunted demons, dragons, and dangerous apostates in a time before Templars even existed.
I'm all for history if it means tracking down the equipment of a famous demon hunter.
Scout Harding, you had me at equipment.
Thought you might like that.
Your scouts have gathered artifacts from the area. They may help us discover what Inquisitor Emeridin was doing.
I have news as well. We've encountered hostile Avvar to the north. They call themselves the Jaws of Hakon. There's also an Avvar hold to the east. Unlike the Jaws of Hakon, they've been friendly so far.
The Jaws of Hakon?
They're hostile Avvar who attack any Inquisition agents or researchers who get close. We've sent soldiers for defense, but the Hakonites are cunning, merciless, and know the basin better than we do. I'm afraid our men will not be able to hold out long.
I thought we could catch up.
Of course.
I hear you have family in Ferelden.
Yes, my mother and father. I insisted they move to Denerim once I signed up with the Inquisition. Ambassador Montilier tells me I should invite them to Skyhold. She thinks they'd be proud of me. But after Haven, I just can't, you know? It's not that I don't trust you or our soldiers. It's just, I just want them to be safe. And if that means they don't get to see things firsthand, that's okay. My mother likes writing letters anyway.
They say you grew up in a village. Where did you learn to fight, draw a bow, all that?
Here and there. You pick things up as a little dwarf girl in a village filled with piggish Ferelden boys. I'm no artist with a blade. I just know what hurts and what takes him down quick. Bruised a shin or two in my day, and a few, you know, other things. And archery? Oh, there was a traveling hunter who set me up with my first bow, taught me the basics. After that, I practiced on my own. On squirrels, mostly. Oh, and Heinrich from next door, but only with padded arrows.
Have you spoken to Kenrick much?
A bit. He's quite nice, isn't he? And clever. Really loves his books. I said hello one day while he had his nose buried in a giant tome. His shriek was a winner. I can't stop doing it now. It's too funny.
How do you like the Frostback Basin?
It's lovely, isn't it? At least until you step in a pile of bogfish or poo. The stuff's vile. It makes great fuel for starting fires, though, if you can tolerate the smell. I might suggest that to the commander. It could be great for sieges.
The commander would never go for it. He's too dignified.
You mean uptight? Sorry, don't tell him I said that.
She's definitely gonna tell him you said that.
What do you think about the Avvar?
When I was a little girl, a lady in our village used to tell me Avvar tales. Being able to see their lives up close, it's nothing like I thought. They're very tall, aren't they? I was considering a proposal for Commander Cullen. Avvar allies with dwarven archers astride their shoulders. They'd be unstoppable.
We'll continue this another time.
Be careful out there.
We have to come all the way to the basin to learn more about our friend Lace. Who would have thunk? From Kendrick, Lady Harding, I could use the opinion of an expert. Though impressive, the victory outlined on the marked page could not have been achieved as stated. Sure it could, if you had enough apples. My imagination is going crazy with what that could be. And property of Colette, a list of to-dos, which are mostly all checked off, very productive. And a sketch of an elf defending a stack of papers from various terrible beasts. Caption reads, field work.
Scout Harding has an impressive team. Her people brought back a number of artifacts.
If you need something tracked, Scout Harding is your woman.
If only it were that easy. After 800 years, we can't just look for tracks. Barring enchantment, cloth and leather will have long since rotted away. Only metal and stone remain recognizable. Complicating this are recent pieces the Avvar left behind, and of course ancient pieces dating back to Tevinter. Fortunately, thanks to some period-specific buckling, I've been able to track our last Inquisitor.
You said there were pieces dating back to Tevinter.
Yes, while it's rare to see Tevinter ruins so far south, the Imperium once had an outpost of some sort here. They might have built it as a ritual site. I'm not sure what military value it could have. In any event, it's muddled up the research slightly, but I've accounted for it.
You lost me at buckling.
You'd think that a buckle was a buckle. But ever since people started belting on weapons, they've been adding bits. One piece here has a dragon engraving. With the alloys of the metals used, it's clearly Tevinter. While this one uses a clasp that wasn't invented until the dawn of the Elysian Empire. And when it comes to historical research, you might say we have to buckle down.
What do you have, Professor?
Everything so far points to the shore not far to the south. There was some sort of battle near the shoreline. They were in a hurry. The scouts reported an island near an Avvar fishing camp, but the Avvar won't say much about it.
What makes you think the last Inquisitor was fighting?
There's a clasp here common to armorlings. It's clearly torn. That only happens from a heavy shearing blow, like large claws or an axe. Then there's the dagger. Silverite, with a stylized dragon pommel and an inscription reading Cordilis. That dagger had to be a gift from Cordilis Dracon, first emperor of Orlais. No one would just lose such a thing.
What can you tell me about the Avvar fishing camp?
Not much. It's the friendly Avvar, not these jaws of Hakon barbarians. According to the scouts, they wouldn't say much about the area. Likely a local superstition.
I'll find a way to that island and see if there's anything useful there.
Excellent. I'll continue to study what's been found. With luck, we'll both find some answers. Also, one of my research assistants, Colette, was investigating an old structure to the north. I'm not certain it's related to our investigation, but it couldn't hurt to check with her.
Ash is such a secret history nerd, she is probably loving this. Used to be Dalish history and stuff about the Fade, but those topics have been tainted recently, so Inquisition history it is. Speaking of, Inquisitor Ameridan, he was a friend of Emperor Draken, helped establish the Seekers of Truth. These facts alone are undisputed, everything else is rumor, such as Ameridan was forced to retire due to a rule about celibacy, since he was in a relationship with a mysterious lady mage. Another rumor was that he was a rowdy noble who cared more about raucous entertainment than the Seekers. He wanted to retire to a life of hunting dragons and wenching. Okay, didn't know that could be a verb. Any of these stories may be true, but without further evidence, we'll never know what really happened to him. But Kendrick believes that he must have been pious, since Draken wouldn't have befriended someone who didn't respect the Chantry. And that also Ameridan was universally acclaimed as a powerful combatant. So Draken wouldn't have given up such a fighter right before the Blight. That is a good point. Well, it looks like we have a lot of truths to uncover here. Questions about the First Inquisitor's love life. Don't get us started. Oh, cute. A letter to Harding. My darling Lace, I hope this letter finds you healthy and happy. Last week I managed to barter for maps of Ferelden and Orlais from Hugin, the old soldier who rents the place on Mistress Johanne's farm. You remember him, don't you? Quiet man, always smoking a pipe in his chair on the porch. He wasn't using the maps anymore, so I gave him some of my jam and patched his coat in exchange for them. Now whenever you tell me of your travels, I'll be able to track where you've been. I'm astounded, my darling, when I look at the weave of dotted trails I've already marked on my maps. Oh, the places your feet have touched, how far you've gone, my little Lace. I am so, so proud of you. When I was your age, I'd only ever gone as far as Lothering. My mother never left Redcliffe. She lived and died there, and now here you are, flying so far with so much purpose. My mind can barely comprehend it, but my heart swells. I shan't take up too much of your time, I know how busy you are. I'm looking at the frostbacks on the map as I write this, because I know you will likely be at your skyhold. Please make sure to dress warmly. I've included a recipe for your favorite turnip goat stew, a taste of home to stave off the cold mountain airs. Kisses and hugs from me and your father, Mother. Adorable. Oh. I don't want to read anymore. What? Let me out. Just want to get out of here. Let's go explore.
Have you seen the plans for the new camps? Tree houses. It all sounds awful and precarious.
Don't you like the idea of the tree houses?
It's a good idea, in theory. Up where the wild animals can't get us. But having solid ground so far, far below me with nothing but air in between us is just...
Who would have thought? Scout Harding, afraid of heights.
Me? No. No. I'm not afraid. Who's afraid? No one's afraid. I love being up high. Lovely views, fresh air, birds flying at my head. Yeah. I'm a little uncomfortable with heights. Don't tell anyone.
She'll keep your secret this time.
I should go.
Goodbye then.
But only because you were so endearing about it. Hey, maybe Ash will flirt with Harding a little bit, see if she can make Solus jealous. That's totally healthy. Not at all toxic, right?
What is this? Are the fishes of Stonebearhole too rude to share a meal with friends?
Can the jaws of Hakon not catch their own fish?
The Inquisitor! Let her blood bathe the blades of the jaws of Hathor! Death to the Lowlanders! Glory to Hathor!
Kill the Inquisitor? What do these jaws of Hakon have against me? Perhaps the friendlier Avvar in the village Harding mentioned can shed some light.
You are the Lowlander they call Inquisitor. I am Arvid Rolfson. Well fought. The fish will feed on fool's heart wine this night. I know not what brings you here, but we have no quarrel, you and I.
How long have you lived in the basin?
Stone Bear Hold's been here a few generations. I was born further north, but we left before I could remember. It was a good life, until the jaws of Hakon arrived. They brought trouble with them. People are expecting a raid, but...
You don't agree?
They seem bigger fools than that, for all their boasting. I cannot say what they plan, but it bodes ill.
I find myself in need of a boat. I need to reach that island.
The Lady's Rest.
What?
That island belongs to the Lady of the Skies. The spirits want us to leave it be.
Of course they do.
Still need that boat. Otherwise, I'll have to swim. My boots will get wet. Very uncomfortable.
If I give you the boat, and you anger the spirits and die, other Lowlanders may come for blood. That is trouble for my hold, and not my trouble to take. Go to Stone Bear Hold and speak with my Thane, Svara Sunhair. Get her blessing, and you may sail to Korth's rocky heart, if you wish.
Well, let's go meet this Thane. After we steal from you.
Over there. Can we help?
Inquisitor. Still finding it difficult to breathe, but I'm not strewn across the landscape, so thank you. I'm Colette, Professor Kenrick's research assistant. I was hoping to conduct a survey of a Tevinter ruin in the hills. I may not have chosen the best route.
You're Kenrick's research assistant, so that makes you a student at the University of Orlais.
It does? Why?
Orlesian institutions aren't always accepting of elves.
We can't all run Inquisitions, but I imagine you've caught whispers behind your back, too. The university accepts those worthy of admission, though elven students are few.
How did you find it there?
It's not easy, but this is what I want. And I like working for Professor Kenrick. Elven research students, where publications concerned, their work's often deemed not substantial enough for formal credit. But Kenrick cares about people who want to learn. If our research finds an audience, I know my name will be included.
What were you hoping to find at the ruin?
The Tevinter's time here was brief, but their architecture endured, offering shelter, forming landmarks. Ancient Avvar would have encountered these structures, which certainly predate Inquisitor Emeridan. Evaluating the ruins could offer insight into the region's history, once I can get set up.
You're still going there?
I've read everything we have on Emeridan, and studied up on new excavation techniques. I won't waste this opportunity. If you've a map, I can show you my destination, if you'd be interested in the findings.
Stay safe.
I will.
Have to put a pin in that until we've met the Avvar.
These bones were part of a sacrifice. The Jaws of Hakon placed a powerful spell here.
Could be blood magic. Let's look for any more skulls.
The first words you speak to her since all that went down, and they're about bones. Alright, I see how it is.
Solus, have I offended you?
If you have, why would it concern you?
Because we're here working together for a common cause, and because I respect your abilities.
Where are you guys?
My abilities as a mage?
Well, I realize there's more to you than that.
The differences between us are not technicalities to be discarded, Dorian.
I was hoping we might find common ground, that's all.
Look at Dorian, trying to smooth things over here. Good luck.
Your climbers seem tired, Thanes. Poor hunting. Is your hold beast well?
We hunt as well as ever, Thane Harrison.
You would be safer under the shield of the Jaws of Hakon.
Hask Fisherson has taken victory in sight of the Lady of the Skies. Pav, you owe 4 rams to Hask, not 3.
Ha! Tear his tits.
Wind, lift your oaths to the Lady of the Skies, and hand the rams over come sunrise.
May your people be as strong as your hold beast. This is not my hold, Lowlander. I will not shed your blood here. You will face the full might of the Jaws of Hakon soon enough.
Can't wait.
We've heard of your arrival, Lowlanders. Come, share my fire where we might speak. Inquisitor, I am Svara Sunhair, Thane of Stonebear Hold. You have guest welcome here. The Lowlanders have little love for your Dalish clans. I am impressed that you came to lead their Inquisition. You and your people have come far from the safety of the Lowlands.
Yeah, she is pretty impressive, isn't she?
We have come on a mission. We have learned that the last Inquisitor may have died here hundreds of years ago. We seek his body. Giving peace to the dead is a worthy quest. Any help we can offer is yours. Sadly, the Jaws of Hakon will not offer so warm a welcome. You have met their Thane, Gerd Harrison. I wager you have crossed blades with the Jaws of Hakon in the wilderness. If you would search this place for your Inquisitor's body, they will want you to pay in blood. The Hakonites are attacking my people. I would welcome any assistance you could offer. Bathing my blade in the blood of the Hakonites would be cause for a feast for most in this hold. The Hakonites are fools, and they have forgotten the old ways. But we have pledged peace with them. To attack with Lowlanders at our side would make us oathbreakers. This is poor weather for me to ask that of my hold. I'm not hearing a no, Thane Sunhair. Among the Avvar, a hold draws strength from its hold beast. They are as kin to us. When our hold beast is strong and happy, there is joy. When it sickens and dies, it is an ill omen. Our bear, Storvacker, has not been seen in days. The hold fears for her. I cannot ask the hold to break peace oaths unless Storvacker returns. The way you asked us to help find Storvacker made it sound like you were willing to break your oath. I could say that Avvar hold all oaths sacred, that no true Avvar would break them. It would be a good lie. Lowlanders doubtless say the same of themselves. A cunning Thane can find a hole in the tent of any promise. A place for the cold wind to sneak in. We are bone and blood. Oaths last until they are broken. If I find your bear and you break the oath, what happens to Stone Bear Hold? Other holds share oaths with the Jaws of Hakon. They are sworn to defend or avenge them. If the Hakonites were friends, they would attack us. But they are friends to few. We will send offerings, trade, and gifts to pay the price of oath-breaking. The storm will pass. I do not do this lightly, Inquisitor. But the Hakonites are tiresome.
So, rescuing a bear, not hunting one.
Maybe I shouldn't bring this up, but bears and I traditionally do not get along. You have fought bears. You lived. Good for you. Fear will keep you respectful should you find Storvaca. You will be fine. So you're saying she's friendly?
We can do that. Why not?
I was told I needed your permission to borrow a boat from the fishermen. Bah, Rolfson. He worries like a scared baby goat. The boat is yours. Tell him I said so.
That was easy. Well, while we're here, maybe we should learn a little more.
I'd like to know more about the Jaws of Hakon. They are not the first hold to take that name. All have been foolish. What would you know of them? You said that there were earlier groups known as the Jaws of Hakon. Yes. Many ages ago. They thought of nothing but slaughter glory. They attacked the lowlanders. Your people fought back and destroyed them. They were fools. What can you tell me of the people now calling themselves the Jaws of Hakon? They came here a few years ago, after the Blight took their hold. There was land enough for both, so we were friendly. We did not see their anger. Gerd Haralfsson lost too many in his hold to Darkspawn. He thought only of battle and war. To avenge a wrong is a good thing, but only a fool lights the world on fire to do it.
Wise words, don't you think, Solus?
What do the Jaws of Hakon believe that makes them so angry? A wise man honors each god to its strength. Bjorn Reedbeard for fishing, Rilla of the Fireside for making babies. The Hakonites care only for Hakon Wintersbreath, god of war and winter. There is no evil in Hakon. There are times to fight, but the Jaws of Hakon care for nothing else. They raid, they fight. Eventually they die and their stories are forgotten. It is the way of things. I'll speak with you later. Ask those in the hold about Storvaca. They may know something they have not told me.
All right, looks like we've got some favors to do. Ash also wants some of that Avvar body paint armor, so we'll have to get some of that. What is this? Lowlanders would be brave enough, Orlesians, merchants. Started over many times. This is a fool's task. What lowlander would come this far for furs they've not seen? I just wrote that instead of saying it. The stupid lowland writing vexes the mind. The rest of the letter is a series of angry sketches of axes. I like Svara.
Solus, for what it's worth, I'm sorry. The elven city of Arlathan sounds like a magical place. And for my ancestors to have destroyed it.
Dorian! Hush. Empires rise and fall. Arlathan was no more innocent than your own Tevinter in its time. Your nostalgia for the ancient elves, however romanticized, is pointless. If you wish to make amends for past transgressions, free the slaves of all races who live in Tevinter today.
I don't know that I can do that.
Then how sorry are you?
I hate to say it, Dory, but he's got a point. She, of course, will not give Solus the satisfaction of telling him he's right, but still is.
So, come to test yourself.
How so?
Our warriors want your measure, Inquisitor. Bring us an offering, and we'll let you fight Hakon's trials. Stonebear Hold would know if the spirits favor you. So would I.
Do you run this arena?
I do. I'm called Arkan Felsen. I prepare warriors for the gods. Truly, I drill it into young heads that no one's born knowing how the axe swings or the arrow flies.
What do you mean, prepare your warriors for the gods?
As we train, the gods see us become worthy.
Worthy of what?
A second strength when you most need it. A glimpse that spots a blade at your heart. Warriors must show their will for these gifts, and the will for practice.
Interesting. You draw in spirits influenced by these ritual battles to aid you during real conflict.
Didn't I say as such?
Yes, but... Of course. My apologies.
What is this trial, exactly?
A battle against our best. Wit and muscle, and steel against steel. Not to death, just surrender. In case you're afraid.
That's a relief. Wouldn't want to widow the entire village.
Oh, I like this. Bring the stomach to match those fine words.
Why do you pray to Hakon when his fanatics cause you so much trouble?
Hakon Wintersbreath could be testing us through those fanatics. He can be a cruel god, Lowlander. He'll favor the victor and no other. Strength to strength. If the jaws of Hakon tried to raid us, we'll feed their scraps to the bears.
Can we begin this trial of Hakon?
We need an offering from you first. To honor Hakon and the dead.
All right, offering it is.
Farewell.
Safe journeys.
Still so weird seeing her without her Valasline. Just keep getting caught off guard.
Every time I think I've seen the ugliest possible Avvar statue, a new one turns up that surpasses my expectations.
I kind of like him. So making this offering, and we'll check back in with Lace while we're here. It's weird calling her that. We're just parting.
You must have made a great impression on the Avvar. Some of them paid us a friendly visit. A couple even helped repair our fortifications. And one woman brought us a barrel of fermented fish. Kenrick ate some. To be polite, he said. Well, he was a very polite shade of green.
I should go.
See you soon, Inquisitor.
Well met.
The Inquisition has brought an offering to enter your trials.
Yes! Oh, this'll be a fight to remember. I mean, enter the arena grounds. Hakon's trials await.
Farewell.
Safe journeys.
My champion's about to have so much fun. my gosh. Had about enough of this. Okay, didn't want to do this, but we're gonna have to pull out the big guns. Solus, now would be a good time to heal yourself. Man, these guys are tough. Go on, Cole. You deserve the last hit. No? Okay. The one time she doesn't take it for herself.
What a fight! That maneuver was... Well, you saw. Well fought, Inquisitor.
Back at you.
Farewell.
Safe journeys.
It's been a long time since we entered an area and weren't overleveled, so this is gonna be a good challenge. Just what Ash needed to reset and feel empowered again.